welcome to Infamous, the audio podcast. This is Brandon.
And this is Dr. Mantis Toboggan, MD.
This is Jeremy.
All right, let's get right into it. We have some announcements. Parker, you are now down to 933 more probations.
I told myself I would give myself a little treat if I ever got down to 934. So, gonna have a little slice of pie after this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You gotta have goals.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Are you gonna have some pineapple pie?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's gonna
Cut
be
it with a
lemon meringue pie.
You're supposed to say pineapple. All right.
I know.
For those people that don't know, Parker is not allowed to say pineapple blade, antiquing, or asterisk, and also he owes Jeremy 11 pizza rolls. Mm-hmm. Basically, Parker's really bad at betting. Mm-hmm. We're going to move on, though. We have an actual announcement that we're going to go through real quick. One of our listeners, Dylan, noticed that last week Parker said that you're able to use the shield grunts to check the power core rubble piles, and that was incorrect. You cannot do that. You can't use them to check the rubble piles or to... What's the other one? Because they can do scrolls. What's the other
safe
one?
houses. Can't do safe houses.
Yeah, the safe houses. They cannot interact with targets of priority, so they cannot interact with those two. There's only two missions that they can't do it on, and it's specifically alien ship and senators.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know what he likes to go by. I'm going to call him Chucky for short. Chucky also posted on our Facebook page saying that we messed that up. So thank you, everybody, for notice and tried to reach out to us. This is our redaction. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So yeah. On the plus side, though, it seems that Charles actually listens to our podcast, not just sometimes, which is cool.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
really
know
all
why
this
he likes
is.
to torture himself, but he can do what he wants.
Oh, I think we should always throw in one of the, a nugget like this every once in a while. One of these things that we're obviously incorrect, but could be true. Like, did you know that Paul Newman owns more avocado farms than anyone else in California? Like, I don't know if that's actually true. I'm just saying. Just put that in there. Just throw that kind of stuff in there. Like, wow, I feel like I should check that out and then call him on it if he's wrong.
I actually was very surprised to learn that Vin Diesel was the majority owner of Disney. I did not know that until yesterday.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so let's move on. Parker, we have some news.
Mm-hmm. News. So we actually have some news today. God, I did not read the title of this. Okay, so Brandon updated the podcast.
Did you not read that?
I was just focused on the fact of the model. So we got some model news, okay? We got some model news, and these models just happen to be from Russia.
Just read it.
They have to
just
be Russian.
Read
and
just read what I
so
wrote.
Brandon, not me, said the Russians are invading. Again. This is a serious global issue. Not enough attention is paid to it.
Hey, I'm
don't
drawing
like that I'm part
attention
of
to the
this.
fact that it's not okay.
That's true.
What I'm doing.
That's true. It is not okay. Actually, I don't know when we're going to talk about this. Maybe let's talk about the news first, and then we'll comment on what it means.
The news or the news?
The news. The news. So
okay.
We know the names of the four models coming out next, or some of them, because it was released on a website in Europe. I believe it was Germany, but we know that there's going to be a pack with Crimson Dynamo and Darkstar, and there's going to be another pack with Ursa, sometimes called Major Ursa, but this apparently is called Ursa and Red Guardian. For those of you who don't know, they are all members of the Winter Guard, which was a Russian version of the Avengers, made up of basically the only Russian, hero-esque types that are in the Marvel
They
universe.
sorted Marvel characters by country of origin and then just grouped them together.
Right. There's one for China. There's one for like Polynesia, and then there's also this one. So the Winter Guard, I'm pretty sure the Crimson Dynamo will not be the original one with this Anton Venkov, which if you heard Anton Venkov and you go, wait a minute, isn't that the guy from Iron Man who plays Whiplash? Yes. They took the guy who invented the Crimson Dynamo outfit and they just put him in the Whiplash role for the movie Iron Man 2, but he was the original Crimson Dynamo, and his whole thing was the armor ran on electricity and had interesting electrical functions, which is kind of how the character creates the whiplashes in the in the Iron Man movie, but he did this in just armor. After he was the Crimson Dynamo and invented it, he was just an inventor who made it. The Russian military got a hold of it and gave it to a series of different KGB agents. The most successful of which was Dmitry Bukharin, which is probably going to be the Crimson Dynamo for this one. And he is more or less a good guy. Yep.
I assume in the actual comics that he didn't run his electricity off of an arc reactor.
No.
Did he just use a battery?
Yeah, he just used. This was really, I mean, Crimson Dynamo was pretty old stuff.
Yeah.
This 1960s was original introduction for him, and so his thing was he used exceptional electrical technology with a lot of electricity.
So he was basically Russian Tesla.
Yes, yeah, functionally, yeah. And it could compete with Iron Man's power output was the reason why he was an Iron Man bad guy. So the current one is Dmitry Bukharin, and he's just a KGB agent who is inside the Dynamo armor and generally acts, on behalf of good people or good things, but they are affiliated with the Russian government. Ursa Major is similar. By the way, this is we talked about a couple podcasts ago, like guys who are named things that are like super on the nose. Nobody's named this. So Ursa Major, right, who's a major in the Russian military, also can transform into a bear. This is his actual name, Mikhail Ursus. Like directly on the nose. So, but Mikhail Ursus is that guy. Darkstar is a
Darkagar Staragon.
Yeah, actually Lania Petrovna. Just a very, Russian name. She's been in a bunch of different hero teams. She's been affiliated with the X-Men. She's been affiliated with a lot like cosmic characters and cosmic stuff. I think she is a mutant. I'm pretty sure she is a mutant. I don't see. I want to know. Maybe she's not. But she has been associated with X Corporation and stuff like that.
Well, Juggernaut's not really a mutant, and he gets, summed up with mutants a lot.
Yeah. At any rate, she has the ability to manipulate the Dark Force, which is the same thing that Cloak uses. For those of you who know who Cloak, he's a more mainstream character. But she can teleport things, she can make constructs, and she can fly. Just like an energy manipulator of a certain thing. I think Green Lantern,
so
but not very
Black
complicated.
Lantern.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And then Ursa Major turns into a bear, so she's going to be a brawler, obviously. And then Red Guardian, Alexei Shostakov, he was originally literally just a red version of Captain America. He looked exactly the same outline. It's like they just took Captain America, took the color out, and filled it full of red, and called it another guy. He doesn't have any super soldier anything. He's just a guy. In the comics, he is a really super fighter, and that's about it. Been around for a long time. Although in the comics, he's not a buffoon like he is in the Black Widow movies. He's very much he's a very serious character, very serious guy. So yeah, he's not the buffoon, pot-bellied dad character.
I'm imagining more like the kickboxer type guy from Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Who that guy actually is also in the comic books. Batroc the Leaper, but this guy's more like very serious like that. So apparently they're going to put the Russian version of the Avengers in this game, which why? I don't know.
It does seem like an odd addition.
It was probably 18 months to 2 years ago when they set this timeline up, and they train wrecked into it.
I think they've had enough time to start correcting off of that, but maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. This is one of those things that does this venerate like the Russian government in any way? Like these guys are affiliated with the Russian government. Is this okay?
No.
I don't know.
This is the fantastical Russian government from the 60s when these characters were created.
Yeah, I know. I get it. It's not the same. I get it. But man, and all these characters are supposed to be, redeemed by the fact that they're not just pawns of the Russian government. All of them exert their own free will constantly because, they have consciences.
Yeah, that's
And
like saying because there was a Captain America movie released under like Donald Trump's rule that Captain America supports Donald Trump. Like
yeah,
it clearly has nothing to do with real world politics.
right. Also, these characters. It is a common American trope that characters from other countries that we deem as more totalitarian, those heroes always do what they want to do. They put the middle finger to the man and say, "I'm going to do what's right," as opposed to what you want me to do, because there's a general implication that what those governments want them to do is wrong.
Yeah.
So it's not that the Marvel universe has ever supported a pro-Russian agenda, but
So I would imagine that this is more due to the fact that the Armor Wars and maybe Captain America 2 or Captain America Winter Soldier Season 2 is coming around.
mhm.
And so that's what I would imagine these releases are supposed to be tied to.
Also there was a Black Widow movie featuring,
Sure.
features almost entirely in Russia. Only Red Guardian was in it, but
I mean, I'm surprised we haven't gotten Yelena yet,
yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
She's been in 2 Disney Plus shows and we haven't seen her yet.
featured in like every game and other IP they have. So
Yeah. Just checking the spoiler, was there anything... Did they officially say Winter Guard anywhere? I don't
Yeah,
think
they said it.
did.
I think
I
they
think
did.
somebody asked if you're ready for Winter Guard.
Oh,
um,
with the pick they took.
Yeah, I think their post mentioned Winter Guard, like the person who found the spoiler.
hmm
But I don't think the actual spoiler included anything tying them to Winter Guard. So I was just speculating what affiliation you think they might be in. I would assume if they're not getting their own affiliation, they would have to be Cabal almost, right?
I don't know. The thing is, the Winter Guard, they're doing the members of the Winter Guard, right? There's like,
Right. Well, see, I don't know anything about the Winter Guard, so I'm going
Yeah.
just based off what you've said. And this other person seems to be aware of the fact that that team existed.
right.
Um,
There's some other Black Widow assassins or
Mhm.
members, so it makes sense that like Black Widows could be in there. Black Widow could be the first like character
Yeah.
affiliated with a bunch of different stuff.
mhm.
But yeah,
Kind of reminds me of the Black Panther Wakanda release, where it was like 2
Mhm.
boxes that just kind of made the release. Like, there you go,
Mhm.
yeah.
it's done.
Yeah.
I don't think these guys will be Cabal. Like they're not bad guys ever, and they're not
Okay.
affiliated with bad guys ever.
I thought Crimson Dino was supposed to be a bad guy.
The original one was right, the
Okay.
Anton Vanko, but the current one, he's just a guy.
Right. Because it's just a persona that somebody's taken over and become a hero with it.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes more sense. All right. Well, that's cool. So moving on into the news, I
Yep.
have a little bit of news, which got posted today, and apparently I'm new to the party, so this you could very well already know this thing exists. But it's a new army building app that has apparently entered public circulation called Crit Wild, and each word is followed with an exclamation point. So it's Crit exclamation point space Wild exclamation point.
This is
This
our
is on-
endorsement of it.
Yeah, this is on. I actually haven't even gotten to use it yet, but like, I cannot tell you how many hours I spent trying to get Assemble to work on iOS using like the
Mhm.
side loading off of Alt Store. And like, so for someone who's never used that before, I had to do a bunch of research and try and find the downloads, and it's a huge pain. And then like when an update comes out, having to basically reinstall the entire app every time an update comes out is really annoying. And so yeah, I love the Assemble app. I wish it was available on iOS. Is just incredibly frustrating. So
And
as soon as I
yet-
saw anything available on iOS, I jumped on it because I hate web-based stuff on my phone when I'm at like a convention. It's super annoying to try and get stable internet, and then when everyone's trying to use it, it just crashes.
Mhm.
It's really dumb. And so I would take anything that was iOS based, even if it doesn't have pictures. I don't care if it has any kind of functionality on building, so I could show my list to somebody at an event without having to write everything down, or just catalog all my lists, so I'm not constantly moving cards around and forgetting what was in my list. Anything like that, I'm super on board with. So I'm very excited to give this a shot and try it out. But the only 2 downloadable apps I know of right now are Assemble and Crit Wild. So if anybody else knows any others, feel free to shout them out.
So I have used it. I just installed it today because I saw you had posted about it. It's very much like Assemble. It's a little slower. It's kind of weird because everything is so fast these days. But you'll click on stuff and it takes a second to kind of go.
Yeah.
But it does everything just fine. You'll like it, being that you can't get anything else. I mean, it's good. Does
Yeah.
exactly what Assemble does. Hit the card pulls up. Hit tactics card pulls up. Like, it's pretty cool.
And Assemble for me is really slow when I first download it because it's got to download all the assets.
Mm.
And so if you hit a card for the first time, it's got to download the picture. And so it might be that why it's taking longer, maybe. But I'll try it out and we'll give a review next week of it. How about
There you
that?
go.
Boom. All right. And Parker, do you want to do the next one or do you want me to do the next one?
Yeah, I'll do the next one.
Go for it.
So we have the card pack for 2022 is being released here next month. We do have a dollar amount for it. It's going to be $20. It's got all of the character stat cards that are turning sideways, and also the ones that are currently changing. So these are all only the ones that are changing so far. So it's not all the base set stuff up to like release, was it 50 number was what they were trying to do. So it's not that. It's just
they never really announced what was going to be in the card pack, just updated
Right.
cards. And
Right.
so yeah, the only thing we have that we got confirmation, the only character cards in the box are the ones that were errated.
Yes. And then also a lot of Team Tactics cards, like
Yeah.
what is it, like almost 40 of them. But it's not there's a lot of not neutral ones, so it's lots of ones that are based on characters. So things like
yeah.
patch up is in there, but also things like
Well, I think I can answer this a little bit for you, Parker. It
Yep.
appears to me to be all of the core set cards,
right.
and then a lot of character only cards.
Yeah.
Or affiliation only cards.
Yeah.
So is it actually all affiliated cards?
And
No,
the
it's
core
not
set?
all. Well, I guess that's not a. It is not all affiliated cards. So they picked and choose some, and maybe it's some up to a certain point.
Mhm.
But God, what would that point have to be?
Yeah, it seems almost like they flipped a coin on every card. It's like, does this go in? Bing. Nope.
It
Moving
feels. I mean, the more I look at it, I think I see that there is a demarcation of of chronological order, but there's a lot of cards that are not included that are definitely within that range. That seems really frustrating.
Mhm.
But the good news is it does come with all the Infinity Gems, and so, to my knowledge, the only place to get all of them in a single purchase was obviously Thanos, but there were several of the cards that were only in Thanos. So if you wanted to get, like, for example, the Reality Stone, you basically had to buy Thanos, to my knowledge, right? Am I wrong there?
The other one would have been Corvus Glaive. Was he come? I think he came in
I
Corvus
think he
Glaive.
came with the Time Stone.
Oh, did he?
He may have come with the Reality Stone. But I was talking to Richard, and Richard was telling me that there was several of the stones you could only get out of Thanos. Maybe it was the Space Stone.
That sounds right.
Because the Space Stone is only available on Loki, Ebony Maw, and Thanos. And Ebony Maw, I believe, did not come with the Space Stone.
Yeah,
I know Loki didn't.
I think I have 3 Mind Stones, yeah.
I guess we could just actually check real quick. We go to Gem. Okay, well, maybe not. The database has failed me. They all say 25 and nothing else. Oh, well. Okay, so let's dive into it a little bit. So, impressions initially on the card pack for everybody. What do you guys think? Just general impressions.
I have one question. Are these going to come with the new arts? Like, we've seen some of the new art. For Adepticon, they brought some cards.
Uncertain.
Yeah, but we don't know if this is new art or not.
Yeah.
We just have the list.
I would imagine that would be the case.
Mm-hmm. It will be new wording for things like Gamma Launch, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, so any of the wording updated cards seem to be on the list, and I would imagine that if they're going to do new arts, and we've seen new arts for a lot of these cards, the arts are going to be in the box. That's what I would initially go with. I'd be very surprised if it was the old art, and that the other cards are going to be released in some other way.
Mm-hmm.
Does that box set come with any restricted cards?
Yes,
Patch
but
up.
the restricted cards seem to be ones from the core set.
Okay.
So Brace and Patch Up mainly. It does not come with Bitter Rivals. It does not come with Medpack. Does not come with Field Dressing.
Well, my thought now that we've kind of had a day to digest this, what I'm thinking is it possible that they're getting ready to ban a bunch of shit
I find that extremely unlikely that they're going to ban MedPack.
I don't know, but I mean, what other cards are missing? Field dressing, right?
So let's just do a quick exercise. Let's look through here and find a unrestricted card that is not affiliated based, not character only, and not from the core set. Does anybody see any of the cards that would fit that description? Because I don't see any. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I found one. Smash. Smash is not from the core set. It's from the Hulk pack, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Oh my god. No, this is saying it's from CP1. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because I bought it all at the same day.
Mm-hmm.
No Matter the Cost is definitely not from the core set.
Correct.
So No Matter the Cost is from box set 20, and it is completely unrestricted and unaffiliated. So that's an example of a card that they took out of another box set that is not tied to any affiliation, not tied to any character, and they put that in this box. And it came out after MedPack. So to me, that means there's no justification for them not putting those restricted cards in this box.
I think there's more to learn from this. I think that there's going to be, it would not be crazy to imagine that some of these cards that we have right now are just going to be gone.
Mm-hmm. That was my initial impression when I saw field dressing was on the list. I was like, oh, well, maybe field dressing is getting banned, so you didn't bother putting it in the box. Then I saw MedPack wasn't here, and I was like, well, that's confusing. Maybe they'll do something else for the restricted cards, or maybe because they're on the restricted list, they didn't want to put them in the box because they're in danger of being banned, or they want to actively discourage people from playing them. And then I kind of went down a different thought train. I don't know. The problem, I actually have more of a problem with the cards that are included in this box in a different way. So I'm going to explain that and see what you guys think. I do not understand the benefit of including some of these cards. For example, Power of the Cosmos is a Thanos-only card in this box.
Mm-hmm.
What is the justification for including a character-only card in this box that didn't get errated?
I don't understand either.
Because they clearly have to own the model to do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
So the only reason to include that card is if you're going to make there another way to acquire this model without, because you don't own the character card. If you just like 3D print your own model, you don't own the character card. And if you are going to include a new Thanos in another box set, is the only way I can imagine there being a need for Power of the Cosmos. But that's not the only case of a character restricted card. Like Deadly Duo is am I thinking of the wrong one? Deadly Duo.
Daughters of Thanos is in there, and Deadly Duo is in there. They're
Wait,
just
Daughters is in there?
Yep.
You're kidding.
Nope. Highway to Hell is in there. Ghost Rider's Carry You Away card. Like,
Is
why?
there any thought process here that maybe they just clicked the checkbox on the wrong card and they meant to include MedPack?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Is there
like they
any
went
chance
through.
that happened?
It's like they went through and just tossed a coin. It seems very shh is in this. Like that's
Shush, yeah.
Maw.
Like
Yeah,
there's no reason they're not printing a new Ebony Maw anytime soon. There's no way. I refuse to believe that. So yeah, what's the benefit of putting that card in here?
You know what? Maybe
Where's the demand?
We Are Groot.
is
Age
it
of
possible
Ultron.
they're coming
Age of
out with
Ultron.
another box set?
Do what?
Is it maybe they're coming out with another box set that doesn't have all the cards in it? Like
You're saying that you think they might release a new core set that has different cards in it?
different models, yeah, like an entirely different 20 model starter set. I don't know.
That's not possible in my opinion, because where are you going to get the models? Like, where are you going to get your Captain America model if the core set's no longer available?
No, they'd have it both. You'd have both core sets. I mean, what do you mean?
Well, then why do you need the card pack then?
Because the cards aren't all. It's not going to have 75 cards in that core set. Maybe. I'm just trying to have like an understanding.
Right. Here. So if that was the logic, and it was like, okay, well, we're going to discontinue the old core set, but we're just going to have it to where you can only buy the 10 models in a 10 model pack for like $20 or something, or $50 or whatever you want to say, and that way you can buy the card pack and supplement it by getting all the cards that you would get with those models. But like that still doesn't make sense to me. Like, they would cost them so little to produce the cards to just put in that box anyway. Like,
Now-
it seems very confusing to me.
Is it possible that these cards have, like, I don't know, some sort of different print on them, and this is a new tournament
Text?
set? You know, like, this is like a new set.
Here, let's see. I want to check something.
Like, if you're going to play 2.0, these are the cards that are available.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This says there are 20 tactics cards in the original core set. Can you guys check to see that all 20 are in this box? Just do as best you can. So we've got Avengers Assemble.
Yes.
I'll just read them off, actually. That'll be way faster. Brace for Impact, yes. Cosmic Invigoration.
Yes.
Dark Rain is. Disarm
Yes.
is. Drop Off. Drop Off is not, I
Not.
would assume.
Not.
Okay. Escort to Safety.
Yes.
Follow Me.
Yes.
Heave Ho.
Yes.
Inspiring Monologue.
Yes.
Mission Objective is
Yep.
1-2 Punch.
Yep.
Patch Up.
Yes.
Ricochet Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice.
Yep.
Second Wind.
Yes.
Smash is Sucker.
Yes.
Age of Ultron is. Trip Up is. So that's everything but Drop Off is in the box.
I have this feeling it was just like they wanted a reason to sell character stat cards and Infinity Gems, and the what it was like 2 or 3 tactics cards. It wasn't a lot. It was 5 tactics cards that got errated, and
So, Jeremy,
like,
this
it wasn't
actually,
worth
for me, this just confirms that your hope that they were like doing something with the core set is completely invalidated because there's no crisis cards. So the 6 crisis cards in the core set wouldn't be included.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
Unless they're going to do a separate crisis pack they just haven't announced yet.
I don't know. I really, this is just weird. Like I
This,
said,
it makes no sense, right? Like, I don't see the logic behind it. It's like somebody was just like asked somebody in a focus group, what should we put in the box? I don't know, put some crisis cards in there. Like, which ones? Don't care. Like, for me, I would legit rather the box cost $15 and not come with tactics cards at this point. There's no justification for the tactics cards that are included in this box.
there's one justification: the ones that got errated, the ones that got changed.
No, sure, the reprints, right?
Yeah.
The errated reprints obviously needed to be in here.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I guess I did. I thought that was implied.
Right.
So, but the core set stuff, I guess there's a small chance if you don't want to buy the core set. I get it. Like, so this gives you an option to not buy the core set. Okay, sure. But, like, let's
Yeah.
look at every card that is not from the core set.
That's all.
So we have
that's
A
most of
Force
them.
Assemble. A Force Assemble currently is effectively unplayable or it's unusable in this box because you're going to already have A Force Assemble from She-Hulk, who's the only leader for A Force. And so if you're going to argue that you want to play an affiliation but refuse to buy the leader for that affiliation, you're just being silly. I'm not going to converse about this. So that one makes no sense to me. AIM Lackeys makes no sense to me because it's a character only card should not be in this box unless they've been errated. Like, absolutely no
Yeah.
justification. Agents of Smash, I will give a little bit of lenience to on the off chance that they print another Hulk. Actually, no, because it comes with She-Hulk, and She-Hulk is required. So yeah, I disagree with that one.
uh-huh.
So we're at Advanced R&D is in the core set, right? No, it's not. That's a Shuri card, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Advanced R&D. So they put Advanced R&D in the
No,
box.
because they changed it. They changed Advanced R&D.
That's right. I got it right. Okay, that's right. Thank you for saving me. I was about to
Yeah.
lose my mind. All according to plan. That one I actually kind of get because there's 2 leaders, and so if you don't want to buy, that's okay. We got one. There's one justifiable random print because if you don't want to buy Kingpin but you want to play criminals, there's a second leader now, so it's fine. I get that one. And if A-Force gets a second leader soon, sure, A-Force Assemble is fine. All Webbed Up has 2 leaders. I'm fine with that one. Anger Management is in the core set, and it's the worst card in the entire game. Adeline Rising makes no sense, really, unless I'm thinking it's the wrong card. What is Adeline Rising? Is it Attilan or Adelan?
Audilon. I don't know if
Audilon. I used to call it Attilan.
Yeah.
But that seemed wrong.
I think Adelan sounds very inhuman-y, but I don't know.
Yeah. That one doesn't make a lot of sense, but I guess you can play... Which box set is it? 534. Yeah, it's the Black Bolt box set that you're not going to play Inhumans without owning that box. Blood Red and Personal? Like, are you kidding me? Why is that card in here? This has got to be the worst card included in the entire box, right? It's a Punisher-only card that is bad. Like, yeah, but Agents of Smash, I kind of understand because I would expect there to be 2 printings of Hulk at some point.
Yeah.
The problem is it comes with She-Hulk. And so you have to...
Yeah.
And She-Hulk is required for the team-up.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't really make sense. And so it does... Why is it in the box? Blood Red and Personal is worse for me, though. Because it's literally unplayable without owning the Punisher box. In which case you already have the card.
Mm-hmm.
Blood Despair seems dumb. Although with the shakeup and Black Order coming... Oh, that's the honestly the worst part about this whole box. Is it confirms Thanos isn't getting errated.
Yeah, he's not in this.
Yeah. Also, Doc Voodoo and Black Cat aren't in here. Unless they're just going to announce more erratas and then print another card pack next year. And we'll just have to deal with more printed cards until then. Which seems dumb.
Well, I don't think they're ever going to have a perfect situation with everything nailed. I mean, that's fine. I'd rather them do that than leave them.
So the problem I have is I think that they were talking about how they only really wanted to do this once and they didn't want to get into a repeated cycle of things are constantly being changed. And I think that's fine as long as they address the real issues with the meta. I just don't understand why they chose to put these cards in here. That doesn't make sense. And the problem is, like, I want to believe that they obviously know more than we do, right? So they're making decisions based on more knowledge than I have, more information than we have access to. But there's no situation I can even imagine where this makes sense. Like you were saying, like, we're talking about they have to discontinue the core set before half these cards even make any sense. So if we're going to assume they wanted to put it in here in case people just don't want to buy the core set, okay, sure. But they don't give you the most important component of the core set, which is the 6 mission cards.
Yeah, it would have made a lot more sense if it just had the cards that need to be reprinted, the core set cards, the missions. I mean, like, there's a handful of things that make sense. This is just weird.
Okay, here we go. I got a radical idea, because I'm trying to make this make sense to me. I have a radical idea that would justify them not having crisis cards in this box. They're completely redoing the way missions work, and they're going to print all new mission cards. What do you think? What are the odds of that? 1%?
I wouldn't like that. I just don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think it's a good idea either, but I'm trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
I'm not asking them to do that. I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah.
Like, cruelty, I guess, makes sense. Like, that's justifiable because they're trying to make criminals playable without just Kingpin. I get that one. So we're up to 3 that makes sense. Crew of the Milano doesn't make sense. Star-Lord is the only leader of the Guardians.
Maybe, I was going to say, are they printing more leaders for some of these things that were like...
Yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to reach for initially, but the more I looked at, the less it made sense. Like, Daughters of Thanos makes no sense. Are they going to do another Nebula Gamora box? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's the all the team affiliated ones. I go, okay, so if there's a second A-Force leader, maybe somebody would like to have this because they don't want to play She-Hulk. Yeah. But as soon as it's a like Blood Red and Personal, you're like, nope, this is just weird.
Nope.
This cardboard,
illogical.
This cardboard should have been a Tactics card, like just 100%.
Yeah. Not only that, but like one that actually gets like maybe played ever. When's the last time you saw Blood Red and Personal on the board?
I don't know if you like make that choice because then I don't know if they're printing cards, they print just the ones that are good according to people. But I do think that there's something that only you can use this card with. It's not legal in your game to play this without Punisher.
Buying the box set it comes in.
Yeah. Like you cannot play the Punisher.
And I can see them printing another Punisher that comes in another box set soon. Like, that coming out maybe even at the end of this year. I could see that happening. So I'm trying not to rail on it. But, like, this card is generally terrible anyway. Unless it can only create a negative play experience. That's all it can accomplish. And luckily it doesn't. But that's the only thing it could do. Blood Despair seems... Yeah, I guess one of the new, like, Supergiant would have to be a leader for that to make sense.
Black Swan might be a leader.
Black Swan could be a leader too. Crew of the Milano, again, like, why are we doing cards that only work with a character that they come with? But it makes more sense than the character-only ones. Deadly Duo, and... It's almost like they wanted to say, hey, we're just going to give you all new cards for the characters we changed. Like, because... what's his name? Star-Lord, Groot, and Rocket are all on the list, and we got like all of their tactics cards. Gamora got changed, so we got all of the... Well, it's not exclusively that, because we got Blood Red and Personal.
Right.
We got Agents of Smash. Like, well, I guess Hulk got changed.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like some of the ideas are inspired, and some of them are just...
But exactly the problem, right? They've included like Advanced R&D, which was a generic card that came with Shuri, right? It's in the box because it's in Shuri's box set. Also, it got changed. Like, this is a bad example, I immediately realized. Kingpin. Kingpin got changed, so all the Kingpin cards got in the box. But where's the worst example of this? Here we go. Professionals is in the box. Hawkeye and Agent Widow did not get changed, and it's a team-up card for them. Where's the logic in that?
I mean, yeah, this is weird. I don't know.
But, like, why did they include Daughters of Thanos and not MedPack? Like, why? And if they're like, we're ratting either MedPack or banning it, like, okay, well, that kind of makes sense, I guess. But that's the only thing I can think of, and I really don't see them banning MedPack. I guess it's possible. If it's just so... unanimously popular that everyone plays it in every list, I can see getting rid of it. But I don't think in itself it's broken.
If they get rid of MedPack, then you're just going to have every list with Brace. So
yeah,
then you might as well get rid of that one too.
Right, like it is ubiquitous, but I don't know that it's overpowered. It's just so generically good that everyone plays it.
Yeah,
and it's not in every list; it's in a lot of lists.
Maybe we're being trolled. Like, if you look at the third letter in every word, it like spells something.
It says, "We got you, suckers."
Like, ha, good job, guys. You did it.
Yeah. I understand them reprinting Wakanda Forever, but Vibranium shielding, I mean, it's actually kind of useful, because now you don't have to buy Shuri, I guess, but...
Black Panther did not come with Shuri?
Correct. Black Panther, Killmonger, Shuri, and Okoye. Because now, I mean, you could argue that both characters in the Shuri and Okoye box got nerfed, so you might decide not to play them. And that way you can still use Vibranium shielding with Black Panther. I was like, maybe. Till the End of the Line kind of makes sense. But it comes with Bucky, so you can't play it without Bucky, but I guess they could print a new Bucky. I don't know, man. A lot of these seem real weird. Like, why is Pym Particles in here?
Yep.
Because none of them got nerfed or adjusted. Like, none of the Pym guys got adjusted. And why? Like, how is Pym Particles make the list, but MedPack doesn't?
You just don't understand. This is important.
There's actually characters in that box that got changed, and almost across the board. Like, MODOK got nerfed. All of MODOK's cards are in this box. But you still have to buy MODOK to play MODOK. I don't understand. Yeah, I find this very frustrating.
It's definitely weird.
It feels like whoever made this list doesn't play this game.
Like,
explain to me how. They're like if I told some random person who's never played Marvel Crisis Protocol, pick the 74 cards that will be in the card pack, they would clearly choose the core set stuff. That would make sense. They would just go down the list. Every tactics card in these box sets would be in here because those are the only characters they know. It's like, well, they got changed. Clearly, they need to reprint all the cards. Like, no, they don't. And then all the errated stuff got on the list. And then they just, like, literally dartboarded the rest of it. Like, Pym Particles and Professionals. Like, I don't get it.
You don't get it. That's your problem, Brandon. You just don't get it.
I don't get it. I just want to understand.
Yeah, you can't see the genius behind this.
Yeah. This
is important.
Currently, I feel like the idiot at the museum yelling at the painting that's just dots and just yelling at it because I'm standing too close to it to see the actual picture. Like, why are all these stupid colored dots here for? And they're like, you need to back up.
You're that guy that hates magic eye puzzles. What happened to Magic Eye puzzles? Magic Eye puzzles. I feel like they need to come back. Yeah.
It probably ended up causing some sort of eye cancer.
Yeah, they probably cause epilepsy and children.
You can't do those things.
Are those
now.
the ones where you have to like stare at it for 45 minutes? And then you'll
That
get
shows
it?
you a sailboat. By the way, is it always a sailboat? Because that's always what I saw. Is a sailboat.
That's the only picture that humans can look at and not understand what it is for 45 minutes.
In fact,
What is it?
actual sailboats are really hard to spot. It's really hard to see them.
Yeah.
You really have to stare.
Why there's so
a
many
long time.
sailboating accidents.
Yeah. Every single time people are just on the ocean, they're, how am I doing this? Just floating meters above the ocean. How could you do it?
Yeah.
It's
So I'm
that.
very happy, obviously, that they had the Infinity Gems, not just
Yeah.
the two, because there were some that were hard to get a hold of. Although the ones that were hard to get a hold of, I think, were the two that were changed. No,
What-
Time Stone was the most common, I think, actually.
What is really odd
Oh no,
is
Power
that
Stone was the most common.
what's interesting to me also is that I think I would have bought the character cards, the errata tactics cards, and the stone cards. And if you told me I had to spend $20 to do it, I don't think I would have been completely upset. It's almost like the other cards are there just to give me some new art and stuff, and I get to shrug and move on. I don't know why they did that though. It just seems wasteful. But did they really need to validate $20? Is that what they needed to do? So they printed some tactics cards because that's cheaper than doing other things. I don't understand.
So the you get more art, be happy, like that there's nothing bad in here. Like I
Yeah.
guess that's a way to look at it.
Mhm.
For me it feels like almost insulting or it feels like a disconnect. Like
Yeah.
if you show someone this list, I would be willing to bet if you showed 100 players this list of cards and said this is what's in the card pack, I'd be willing to bet that 90 of them either have a complaint or are confused. I would venture to guess that less than 10 of the 100 people were like, "Oh, good. That's what I wanted." Like I
Mhm.
can't imagine it being higher than 10%.
A lot of these cards I'm going to take out of this pack and put them in a bin and not actually put them in my game
A
stuff.
blender.
Yeah. Like I have a big stack of tactics cards that I
Hmm.
can't imagine playing, and so they're just sitting in a bin. And this is going to be just a second version of all that.
And so
Uh,
initially my thought was like, well, maybe if they had changed this card later, but if they changed the card, they have to reprint it. So like that's not
Yeah.
even useful information. Like,
It'll go with all of my other copies of
yeah.
what's the one that stops you from healing? I can't remember the name of it right now because that's how much I just
Grievous Wounds.
Grievous Wounds.
I
Yeah.
think Grievous Wounds at least has a use.
Yeah, but the fact that there's two of them in the game already is weird. Like, why are there
Yeah.
two Grievous Wounds?
Well, there's like 3 printings of All Webbed Up already. Like it was already multiple additional boxes.
Yeah.
Because you get an extra All Webbed Up in the Rivals pack, and you get an extra All Webbed Up from the Symbiote narrative game.
Yeah.
And so I already have 3 All Webbed Ups. This makes 4 All Webbed Ups. Why do I need 4 All Webbed Ups? I need another med pack. Like,
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, let's move on. I want to talk about what we're playing. I want to know what Jeremy's playing.
Jeremy's not playing games. He's playing Elden Ring.
Jeremy's playing lots of games. I saw him do it. He
Oh,
won't.
how
he
about this one real quick? I got one more random. Explain this to me.
Okay.
The pentagram of Farley is in this pack.
Mhm.
Explain. It's a character-only card that's affiliated.
Yeah.
That the character didn't get updated.
Yeah. Neither of them, right?
I'm going to fight somebody. I feel like my character on this podcast has just become the fighting Irish leprechaun guy that's like ready to box everybody.
You need to change your profile picture to the fighting Irish guy from Notre Dame.
It
That
does
guy.
seem like the
That's-
game
that's
has
what I
been
just
designed
said.
just to troll you, Brandon. Like
I
the
know.
entire game is designed just to fuck with you.
Just to make you screw your eyes together and go, but why?
I feel like, how about this? If you had the option, is like, you could be like, nope, redo it. Like, just redo the whole card pack. Give me anything else. Would you say yes, or are you happy enough with it as is?
What do you mean?
So, like, if they said, we're doing a card pack, and they said, it can either be this or another option you can't see before deciding, give me the mystery box, is what I'm saying.
No,
'Cause I
because the
don't
mystery
think-
box might not have the new cards in it. I want the new cards. The errata cards. I wanted the errata cards.
It's gotta have the errata cards.
Well,
right?
no. You say that,
no,
but they
it
are
is the
giving
mystery
us
box.
they
It
are
could
giving us
just
the
be-
pentagram of Farley. Like that's
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
anything at this point. Anything is possible. They have not
Yeah.
left anything off the table.
I think
can
this
do
is going to
anything.
connect directly with the things that they tell us in June,
Sure.
and then we will understand what's happening. Like we're just peering into the void. Like this is.
See,
just
I
weird.
believe
this
in
can't be just it.
See, I believe in chaos and randomness. I think this is 100% chaotic random.
No, that's the problem. Is that I agree with Parker. I think it's
I
just
know.
someone just spun the
Hey.
fucking wheel. And I mean, I see. The more I stare at this, the more I look at the list, the more I start seeing patterns emerge that kind of make sense. And so I think my initial impression was probably a little harsh, but yeah, I don't think it's going to get to the realm of like good. It's just going to be what it is.
I think that belongs
How
in your
about Parker,
tombstone. I think it belongs in your tombstone. I think my initial impression was a little harsh.
That's completely fair.
Oh my
Parker, would you
God.
like to make a wager?
A wager about what? That this has something to do with the mini extravaganza.
Vaguely, kind of. So what I was gonna say is something along the lines of like pick a card or something, and either when mini extravaganza is over, either the card will not be legal, which is why it's not in the pack, or it just won't be in the pack and we'll be screwed.
So, what am I betting on then? Because
Yeah,
I
so
want to
will
bet
they-
on randomness. I want to bet on this is just totally random. Like
This is just totally random.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the
So
bet I
you
want to take.
You want to bet that there's not a plan. There's not like
Yeah.
this, cosmic like laid out destiny that everything's
Right.
gonna work itself out. You think it's just like random cards were in the pack.
Yes, that's what I want to bet
Okay.
on. That when we get the extravaganza, they make no mention of this pack. Like it's something.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
Right. I think I
Um,
think they will actually say like the pack is coming out. But what I mean is I don't think it'll be like
Well, I don't want to call out specific tactics cards, but we can if you want to, Parker. But how about you can pick whatever you want, either be it a crisis cards or like specific cards on the tactics list. Do you want to bet that either we will have a knowledge or a plan in place to gain access to these cards other than buying the original boxes they were printed in, or that just cosmic randomness is the case and we're not getting them?
we're not.
Shut up and go buy the packs.
I'm going to bet on shut up and go buy the packs. That it's
Okay.
that you
How
have
many episodes would you like to bet?
Let's bet 50. Let's just go round number 50. 50 episodes that this is just I'm just to clarify, I'm talking about like the non-ratted cards, the character cards, for example. They were just put in there. It has nothing to do with anything, right? They're not connected to any agenda. That's what we're betting, right?
Yeah, kind of. I'm more worried about the cards that aren't in the pack. But yeah.
Oh.
Like, why don't we have field dressing in med pack and in like climbing gear?
Oh. Well, I think.
And why don't we have crisis cards? Maybe they'll announce there's a crisis card pack coming
Okay.
where you can get
So-
all the new missions.
So that I
Because-
don't think I would take that bet because I am pretty sure the crisis cards not in here is definitely possible. They're modifying crisis cards somehow, and that's why they're not putting.
All right, so let's bet on a specific crisis card just so that we don't get into an argument later.
Okay, let's just do this. I'll take this bet that crisis cards. Let's do 50. Yeah, here 50 episode bet. Crisis cards are one of the things that they announced at Mini Extravaganza. They're modifying tactics cards, the way they work, the way they're putting them out, and that's why they're not in here. I'll take that bet.
Tactics cards?
Yeah, like they're going to modify
Okay.
the tactics cards somehow. Like the current ones in the game are getting modified somehow, and that's
Okay,
why
so you
they're
think, like-
conspicuously absent from this pack. That's why.
So you think, well, let's pick a specific card. You can pick the card, and that way we don't get into like, well, they banned field dressing, so field dressing's not in the pack, and they don't mention anything else. Well, if we don't specifically call out field dressing as the card we're talking about, then it will make the bet ambiguous.
I just realized I'm confusing you, and now I understand why.
No,
I
you-
seem
yeah.
I seem so convicted. I misspoke when I said tactics. I meant crisis cards.
Crisis. Okay, so you want to bet for why crisis cards aren't in the pack?
Yes, I'm betting. I'm
Okay.
betting that they're going to announce a change to crisis cards and the way crisis cards work.
Okay.
In the Mini
If they have
Extravaganza.
any justification for why crisis cards were not in this pack,
Yeah.
beyond we didn't feel it was necessary.
Right.
That's then we're for Parker wins. Gotcha.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think we figured that out.
Yeah.
Let's
Sorry,
do
I just missed.
episode 85. Is it? I think it's 85, and this is timestamp about 50 minutes.
Mhm.
All right, so I'll just leave this here so I can find the bed later. All right, cool.
I have
Let's move on.
I have it at 80 minutes, by the way. I'm looking at 80 minutes on my thing.
Oh, I'm way higher. After edits come out, this will be about the 50-minute mark.
Got it.
I'm using my future brain.
Okay.
All right, so Parker, I believe you wanted to ask Jeremy a very important question.
Jeremy, you're still playing Bros in the Hood, right?
I saw that. I like that. I
Yeah.
don't have Hood in the list, which is unfortunate. I think I do need to get
Wait,
him
wait.
in the list now.
I think he said in the hood, not and the hood.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's the point.
In is it like inside the house?
No. I need to get Hood in there just so I can say that.
I personally think that Hood is one of the best Brotherhood characters because it's literally in the name.
That's true.
It's Hood.
It is
it's
true.
Hood,
There's
it's
a lot
Hood
going
and his
on there.
bros.
Jesus Christ, how did I miss that?
Mhm.
All right, I enjoyed that. No, I'm just messing around with Brotherhood. Nothing special, nothing neat. No real innovation here. It's just fun playing models that are not that difficult and kind of do what they're supposed to do.
It is fun sometimes just doing like running downhill at people that are not ready for your momentum.
Does
Yeah.
this? We talked a little bit last podcast about things feeling like other things we played before. Do they feel kind of like Kador from?
Brotherhood is Kador, yeah.
Yeah, just like
The
they
big
just-
stompy red guys that beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, it feels like
Yeah.
it feels like they're just it's not like you're going to have to sit down and go, oh man, let's think about this really convoluted plan I got. You're like, oh no, here I go, I'm coming at you. Can you stop me? Oh, you didn't. I
Yeah.
win.
But much like Kador, you can't do the obvious thing forever because people will learn to adapt. So you
Right.
gotta be a little outside the expectations sometimes. But yeah, Kador is generally the look how badass my thing is, and you better do something about it. And if they don't, you win. And if they do, you probably lose.
Do you feel that way, Jeremy, or because you got to play Kador for a while, right? What?
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know. I feel like Brotherhood is the gorilla chasing the guy who's trying to fuck you, and if you can outrun the gorilla, you'll win the game. But Brotherhood is the gorilla. Like every
That mental image started out very different for
Yeah.
me than
Oh.
where you ended.
sorry, wherever that went.
I was like, who am I in this analogy?
Yeah, you were not the
I'm really
gorilla.
concerned.
You were not the gorilla.
I'm willing to bet I'm not the gorilla, but I really thought there was a second person.
Yeah. There's two gorillas, two people. One of them is going left, one's going right.
Yeah,
Brotherhood
Both of
is
them are
the
trying
second.
to fuck you.
Brotherhood is the second gorilla who's trying to fuck you.
Got-
Whoa.
there's 3 gorillas. Okay, let's start there. First off,
I got some Baby's Day Out flashbacks right there.
This is
All right. So anyway, Parker, what is your? Are you still deep in the ham crate? What's going on?
Yeah,
over there?
I am deep. I've gone into the shadows and I have not come up for air. I'm still in the Shadowlands. I have Shadowlands Daredevil, super fun. I have been searching for the way to play 17 points because the list works really well. It feels great at every point value, but 17, it just gets kind of there. It's the 4-point slot you need to do to balance Daredevil's 4 points, and so far I've been playing 4-pointers in it. And I think that's the least efficient way to do it. It's been Killmonger a bunch, and I have really enjoyed Killmonger. Playing him is a lot of fun, mostly because I played 6 games, and I think 4 of them have featured him. But I think it's been fun because people don't know what he does anymore. Like a lot of the players I'm playing with are like me; they didn't play in BattleBox days, and so they, or rather, just post BattleBox days. So when you're not playing with just I say BattleBox, sorry, that's War Machine Lego core set, right? So
Mhm.
so right after the core set, he was such a dynamo of damage, and you had to eliminate him, or he was just going to stick around and ruin your day. And so he's got to do that in a bunch of different games, and so he feels really excellent. But I think there are more efficient ways to do it. So now I'm staring at things like Nebula or even Honey Badger, throwing in X-23, because every time I play against her, like I have to eliminate her. I have to, or she's going to eliminate way more models than 3 points worth. She's going to. And so I think I need to get me some of that. I think I have the space for it at 17 points. I don't think, unlike lots of other lists where she's the first thing you reach for, I think she's what you reach for specifically to fill that 17-point hole. But I think X23 Honey Badger makes it much more difficult to pick something. That's still my favorite part of the list, which is there's not one thing you can choose. You're like, oh, I'll pick this model because it's the scary one. You're like, they're all scary. Aaron,
I have a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
So first of all, in that 4-point slot, have you considered filling it with Electra?
No, because you can't play 2 grunt characters. I don't break rules. She was my first choice, but I couldn't do it.
Well, rebuttal, you do break rules. Second rebuttal, so. Well, I mean, yeah, you obviously can't summon 2-hand ninjas at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But like Electra is a 4-point model that clearly synergizes. She's affiliated. She also summons hand grunts. She has a range 1 attack. Like everything you're looking for right here, man.
The word
she also has apparently no real mobility.
I want you to know you were really selling that for a moment. I was like, is he trying? And then it's like a range 1 attack. I was there. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
But legitimately, I know the only 4-point character I think you should consider that we didn't already talk about on Saturday was Medusa, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of Medusa. But again, it's more rerolls, which makes it potentially easier to trigger her flurry. I'm not a big fan of Medusa. I think you are always going to be rewarded better if you go extra wide and play 2 2s instead of a 4.
And I have come to really love criminal cards. Criminal tactics cards feel great in an attrition list because and you don't see them generally in criminals with Kingpin because they're attrition cards. They're great for taking the initiative and getting up on attrition. So when I lose a criminal, I want there to be a criminal to fill its slot. That's why when I take out Killmonger, I want him to turn into Bullseye and then a 2-pointer. And so I think Honey Badger is a great choice. I think Nebula is a great choice. And basically putting in scary stuff that people feel they have to eliminate, or like Honey Badger, they must eliminate it if I have 2 power. So
yeah,
anything to keep the like core of Hood, Daredevil, Winter Soldier around, because they just do so much to make the game last, like just tilt the game hard in my favor. So yeah,
nice. So I'm back. I'm gonna actually play games soon, maybe even tomorrow.
What?
I'm very excited. Yeah, I know. It's only been 16,000 years since I've played.
Will you be able to walk into that room without like having just a small amount of scorn for the space and all the time you had to spend in it?
Oh no, I love the space.
Oh really?
It was totally worth like 300 hours of my time. But,
yeah.
It's just like it's more like I've just been wanting to get back on the table, and so I've decided to finally try and actually build my Pound Town list, which is just take all the big stuff that hits people, and it's gonna be great.
I was gonna say you've talked about the Agents of Smash style thing for a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Hulkbuster, Hulk, She-Hulk, Juggernaut, Black Dwarf, and probably Luke Cage, and then I'll see what's left.
Field dressing, go.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you cannot play field dressing with that list. I think you have to.
I would consider, and I think these would be funny, is throw in Fury in there and just put like a few Shield Tactics cards, because you run She-Hulk, Fury, and then some other beaters, and you could actually turn one of them affiliated if you want to be able to teleport him range 5 or whatever. I think there's some things there.
Yeah, I can just play Gamma Launch too.
Yeah, you too. Yeah.
It's like Gamma Launch Black Dwarf to the middle of the field, and you're like, like
yeah.
what a dick.
Or Gamma Launch and Shieldmobile.
And Shieldmobile. Gamma Launch, Shieldmobile, Hulk, they both are in the middle at the start of the turn. You're like, what?
Yep.
It's like, welcome to Pound Town.
Yeah, surprise.
All right, yeah. So I'm just gonna play a silly list this weekend, and I'll probably try and build it tomorrow. Maybe I'll even use the new list builder app.
I'm gonna be using that tonight. You done sold me.
Oh yeah, I sold you. It exists.
Yeah, it is a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want somewhere I can save all my lists that doesn't like deactivate every 7 fucking days.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, hobby projects. Have you guys done anything lately with hobby stuff? Parker, I remember you put all your models in a box and mailed them away. So that's an interesting hobby strategy. We'll see how it pays off.
I sent them all the way to California.
Yeah, I hope they all get lost in the mail.
No, well, I mean, he brought them himself, so.
Oh, okay. Well, when he mails them back, I hope they get lost in the mail.
That's entirely possible.
Ugh.
It's okay, because when you get reimbursed by the shipping company, they'll just give you the box price.
Yeah.
Which is way less than you will have paid for these bottles.
Yeah.
Speaking of lost in the mail, I'm pretty sure my 3 Tactics cards are lost forever in the mail. Sorry, Crisis cards. Yeah. I let someone borrow them at Adepticon, and he never gave them back to me until after I'd already left the convention. And then he gave them to Tim, luckily, so he didn't just keep them. So it wasn't really his fault. We just didn't hook up before the event was over. And then Tim collected them and mailed them to me a few weeks ago, but they've never arrived. So
no.
Yeah, so luckily they weren't any important ones like Alien Ship and Researcher.
Oh, the world with 2 less of those is a better world.
Shut up. Don't be jealous. I guess I'll be picking blues all weekend. All right, so for hobby projects for me, unlike Jeremy, I am not playing Elden Ring as my hobby project. I've been building the store terrain. Parker, do you remember what the count was? I had put most of the train together on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, man. It was kind of insane.
It was 104 pieces I assembled of terrain.
Good lord.
Yeah. I was doing pretty well. I was cooking through it. And then I ran out of gas. All that's left is I have to assemble the 4 cement mixers of the construction site terrain and the 3 truck packs. Everything else is done.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Good thing you enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's starting getting less enjoyable after 10 hours.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I've hit a wall with my hobby projects, man. I've enjoyed painting and building MCP models for, I don't know, 2 years. But like these things, I don't know. What's in front of me, I have no interest in playing. And
Well, I think I actually know what the problem might be for you.
What?
It's really hard to paint while you're holding the PS4 controller. And
No,
that
it's not.
just
I can do it.
kills the whole
fine.
experience. You just
I
got
can
it in
do
your
it.
mouth and you're like...
No, I mean, you just play with your feet.
Yeah, I just
You don't play games with your feet? You're
Well, I
missing
mean,
out.
in Elden Ring, it'd be hard to tell. You can press the respawn button as many times as you want with a big toe.
People would assume I play with my feet. That's how bad I
Yeah.
am at the game. Yeah, but I finished. Let's see, Gambit is done. I finished Rogue. The new Strange, he's finished. What else is over there? Colossus, who I'll never use ever.
What? Colossus is awesome.
Oh no, he's not.
He's the single best 4-point model that's in Brotherhood and X-Men.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Sure.
what?
Okay.
He's not even sort of.
Miss Marvel. Yeah. So I got whatever.
But I got Jeremy to agree to it.
Yeah,
I
you
really
did.
don't care. That's how much I care about it. I don't.
Do you know who the best 4-point model that's in Brotherhood and X-Men is?
Rogue? Question
It's
mark?
Rogue.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's Rogue.
she might be the best 4-point model almost at all. Like, she's pretty.
I don't
stupid.
think she's that good, but she is very good. I don't know she gets on the realm of like Black Panther yet, because Black Panther brings the board control.
I don't know, man. When she
maybe.
has built in, just a side note here, she has basically that built in, what is it called? Judgment. She fucking
Mhm.
hits you, powers you up, and
takes
then
your
takes
power
it
back.
back. Like,
Mhm.
you can't like, it's real bad. I hate it.
My favorite is when she judges you. You get judged first, like with Scarlet Witch, and then Rogue hits you. You take damage, don't gain power, and then she drains you on top of it. You just take more damage.
Ugh.
You're like, this is the worst.
Yeah, it's real bad. But she kind of reminds me, like, I've seen her play like MODOK in that if she can't get rolling, like, she can't
Mhm.
get any, like,
Yeah.
she doesn't do much. Like,
Yeah,
but
well, that
once she
doesn't
gets
really
a couple
happen to
power,
Black Panther. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Black Panther does his own thing, and he lives forever. Like, she lives a while because damage reduction's a thing, but Panther just says, basically all his dice are good.
Yeah. I think they learned pretty quickly that damage reduction was better than get blanks, like for the health of the game,
Mhm.
which was good.
Yeah, it's not as spiky.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I'm sitting here looking at Hulkbuster, and like the amount of time it's going to take me to paint that damn thing. I'm just staring at it.
He
Ugh.
looks like he's gonna be so fun to paint, though.
Yeah, I just don't have. I need to get a list where I'm just excited about him. I'm just not.
Yeah, yeah. I think it has been motivationally draining to not have any news for so long.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of just in this limbo phase before, and for me, it's been especially bad. Well, I guess maybe not especially bad because I've been able to just kind of ignore the game because I've been so busy with the rest of my life that I haven't been able to devote any time to Marvel yet. So, but it does, like, honestly, this last week has felt freaking amazing for a lot of different reasons. First of all, I'm allowed to actually, like, go back to my normal routine somewhat, so I can actually, like, be my normal person and, like,
Yeah.
work my normal shifts and, like, have my normal days off again. But then also, like, I have done so much, like, backlog work that I haven't been able to get to for the last month. I did, like, 5 battle reports today. I scheduled over 100 events for the store on Facebook. I did a lot of bookkeeping stuff. I was actually watching some TV. I did stuff for Marvel. I got all my new car stuff ready to go. It's been really interesting. Like, just today, I've gotten a lot of stuff done, and then on Saturday, I assembled all that terrain, and so, like, I feel like I'm finally getting back to the things I want to do. And then Friday, we did the pre-release for the new My Hero set, so I'm actually, like, getting back to all the stuff that I actually care about, and not just, like, doing manual labor every day. It's very fun.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah. Do you guys want to hold off on our topic we had planned and do that next week? I think that's probably a better call because we're almost at 2 hours right now.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a better idea. So Parker, do you want to hit us with some comic book knowledge? I heard you have a cool comic corner.
Yeah, so my comic corner, I don't know if I've ever got to talk about this title. It's one of my favorite titles of all time, and you could go your whole career reading Marvel comics and never like go into this little cul-de-sac, but it is a fun stay. It's the Ultimate Fantastic Four from the Ultimates universe. They did some really interesting things, making the Fantastic Four a little bit more relatable, a little bit less, 1940s and 50s super sci-fi, where cosmic rays, they get their powers from a cool origin. So if you'd ever seen the original stuff, I recommend it. But I'm actually going to talk today about Volume 10 called Ultimate Fantastic Four Ghosts, because in this issue, they actually go to Russia. The Invisible Woman is investigating some super science going on in Russia, and she gets captured, and the rest of the Fantastic Four come to save her. And while they're doing that, they actually meet the Ultimates version of the Crimson Dynamo. And if you want to know where did they get the kind of buffoonish Russian dad character, like this semi-has-been superhero that wants to help out, that is exactly from this. So they definitely, even this very small kind of side story, as a D line in the even the Ultimates universe, is definitely where they borrowed this character. When you read the Crimson Dynamo in this one, you go, oh, hey, look, it's the guy from Black Widow. That's exactly where they found him. So that's the reason why I picked this one also today is because I went looking for anything that had to do with Russian characters, and I was like, man, they are just almost always like the guy who shows up in the first 4, pages of something, get punked and are thrown away, and the real bad guy shows up. So I'm going to have to be tasked to see if I can actually read some of the, main storylines featuring them to see if I can find out more about their stories, because almost all the examples I could find with Russian characters were always kind of like this, where they show up in the Fantastic Four, or they show up in Iron Man. But they are featured very heavily in Ghosts, and the characters are great, and the story is creepy. It's like a creepy sci-fi horror story that what it turns up to in Siberia. It's cool. So if you haven't read it, I recommend all the Fantastic Four, but Volume 10 Ghosts. It features a bunch of new Russian characters, and I think the inspiration for a lot of them, especially the MCU, and it's a good sci-fi read.
Cool. Well, that doesn't sound that interesting, actually, because I hate Fantastic Four, but the only reason I can pay any attention to Fantastic Four is if Doom's involved.
Yeah, and the Ultimates Doom is so derpy. It's very, very
sad.
Yeah, I don't like him at all. It's the only part, actually, of the Ultimates universe that I think was done just worse. But maybe someone could convince me otherwise. But I feel like it's done just worse. But I think it's also because the primary, Marvel 616's Doctor Doom is this kind of untouchable character. He's so fascinating and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of my favorite things about that character is he actually raised Reed Richards' daughter for a while, functionally mentored and raised her. And because she wanted to. She's like, I feel like I could learn more from somebody, who's has less moral compunctions about science and magic. He's like, okay, and so he goes. She calls him Uncle Doom, Uncle Victor. Like, I love that. Like, I think that's a fantastic, fantastic thing.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to do it for our episode this week. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And this has been Brandon.
And Dr. Mantis Toboggan, MD.
And Jeremy. See you at Doctor Strange on Friday.
On Friday. And you have just listened to Pick a Card. Any card.
So what are we going to call this thing?
I got it. Okay. Incredible, new, fantastic, astonishing, mighty, original, uncanny, sensational podcast.
I'm just going to put down infamous.
We did it. We made it.
Another episode properly recorded.
Boom.
We did it.
I haven't told my work yet that September to probably, February, I need every Sunday off.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know if the full schedule's out yet. I haven't checked. I think they've just posted who we're playing this year.
Yeah, I keep looking.
I think it's gonna be.
I keep looking at my
I think it's
savings
gonna be
account.
fun,
I'm like, I feel like I'm missing a little something. Oh, about 1,500. That's it. No big deal.
It's pronounced 15 hundo.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I feel better.
Oh, trust me. I got my Chiefs ticket, and then I was paying for everybody else's Chiefs ticket, and then I had to buy a car. It was a week.
It was one of those money pits where you just throw money from
I had
a
a lot of
wheelbarrow.
money, and now I don't have any money.
No money.
Oh, and then the My Hero set comes out Friday, so I'm spending a bunch of money on a whole case. And so I've had a lot of expenditures recently.
Is that the
and
one?
I'm buying.
The case is coming out. Is that what you guys were playing, like with the pre-release or whatever?
Yeah. The pre-release, we got in 8 boxes, and so our 12 players went through the 8 boxes that night.
Gotcha.
And then the set releases on Friday, so most of us are buying a case, which is 6 booster boxes. It's pretty cool, though. We're having a lot of fun with it. But also, I'm buying a bunch of upgrades for my car, so I'm like having Spence order me car parts so I can like do some upgrades and stuff.
Cool. It's nice to have a vehicle that's worth upgrading, right?
It's mostly making it my own right now. Like I did this with my last car too, but it wasn't as good because the money you're willing to invest in a car is dependent upon the longevity of the car. So like basically when I get a new car, I'll clean it up real nice and then I'll fix what's worth fixing, and then it's kind of just maintained from there.
What a really interesting thing. I had never once considered that. I upgrade everything in my life, right? Like as soon as I get something in a video game, like that's half the video game is upgrading.
Like, what mods can I get for this video game?
Yeah.
Like,
but
I buy this new game.
Right.
What sleeves and tokens can I buy for this new game? Like,
right. But I assume since I'm not racing, half mile or quarter mile races,
you don't live your life a quarter mile at a time.
Yeah. Since I don't live my life a quarter mile at a time, I'm not actually going to upgrade my vehicle. But I absolutely could.
Yeah. My upgrades are aesthetic upgrades, not performance upgrades.
Okay.
I'm getting a new rear cargo section floor mat because the stock one that comes with the car is not with the car I bought, so which is pretty standard. That's the first thing people lose is floor mats. But I'm also getting the cargo compartment drape cover thing that pulls out like a I don't know what the It's the cargo cover that goes over your cargo compartment. That way the sun doesn't go directly into your cargo compartment.
I call
So
it
I'm getting
the
that.
miniature rake.
Yeah, it's the miniature rack.
That's what raked the entire top level off of my tray.
Well, Jeremy, that sounds like a user error kind of problem.
No, I blame the vehicle.
Blame the
It
vehicle.
was
Cool.
built incorrectly.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I got those coming in. Spence's got them on order, and then I just got my stereo. That's to upgrade because the original stereo didn't even have a CD player, and then somebody upgraded it to a old Bluetooth like JVC unit, which is mostly a piece of junk, but it works okay. And then I'm gonna put in my new touchscreen CarPlay display, and then assuming that it goes in fine and works, I will upgrade the speakers if the speakers still sound as bad as they sound right now, because the speakers sound awful right now, and I don't know if it's the shitty JVC head unit or if the speakers are actually blown. And if speakers are blown, I'll get new speakers. But like, I'm not getting like an amp or anything stupid, like just basic speakers.
Cool. Sounds like you're enjoying your new vehicle. That's always fun.
Yeah, kind of settling in. Yeah, I've been searching Amazon for like random car upgrades. I got this little because I have cup holders in my doors and I've got the cup holders in the console. So I got this little trash can. It's a little trash can with like the dome lid on it, and it sits in your door cup holder, so you can put like all your trash in there, and then you just empty it.
Right.
It's just like a little like thermos sized trash can. So if you have like receipts and stuff people hand you while you're in your car, you just throw them in there.
Pretty certain
That
that
way
had
they-
to be a Shark Tank item.
Yeah,
They're
probably.
like, a trash can for your car. They're like, what?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But I always get annoyed. I always tell them I don't want a receipt because it just ends up being clutter on your floorboard or something, and I don't like cleaning my car, and so. But I also don't like my car being messy.
Gotcha. So what?
It's almost always the straw cover that they give you your drink, and then you get that straw cover that almost immediately goes on the floorboard, and so now I have a little trash can for it.
There you go. Is that going to any way help to watch the new Strange movie on Friday, or is it just going to be neutral?
That's gonna be a neutral watch Strange
Okay,
movie
okay.
upgrade. Yeah.
I'm looking for upgrades in
Uh,
my life that allow me to watch that more efficiently and better.
Well, so my stereo head unit came with a backup camera that I'm gonna wire up, so that could theoretically help me watch the Doctor Strange movie.
Perfect.
If I was somehow trapped in my car and could only face forward and the movie was behind me. It's a very specific encounter, but it's possible.
Nice. I tell you, a backup camera has not only like improved my life by 1,000-fold, it's also saved people's lives. I was backing up in a fucking parking garage one time, and I looked behind me, and some dumbass was tying his shoes behind my vehicle. I would have ran him down.
Wow.
Like, he was getting ready to be destroyed.
Yeah. Just for people at home, in case this has never occurred to you before, don't tie your shoe behind a car with brake lights on.
Yeah.
That is not the
Yep.
ideal place. I know it seems safe because there's a bunch of red lights, but those are danger lights. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was.
There's
so
not
insane. I'll
candy.
never
There's not
forget
candy
that.
behind them.
Yeah. Luckily, my car, if I ran somebody over, there's a chance they'd live because I have high ground clearance.
That's true. You just kind of.
You would just have murdered them.
Oh, they'd be so dead. Yeah. they'd
yeah,
be
you
crushed.
just squeegee them around the garage.
My car now, though, is a little different than the other one. Like, this car now would be like, I'm not going to let you run him over. And I'm like,
Oh,
motherfucker.
try and stop.
Yeah, it straight up will not let you do shit.
Just start pulling fuses till it lets you.
Exactly. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Have you caught up with Moon Knight?
I have not watched this.
Yeah, I haven't watched today's
Yeah.
episode.
It's the
but I
last
watched
episode today, right?
Yep.
Wait, what? It's only 6 episodes?
Today's final. I don't know. However many it is. Today is final.
I know
episode.
that the Obi-Wan starts up this month, but I didn't know that this was over already. I thought it was at least 8 episodes.
Is this not 8? I have no idea.
This was 6.
Yeah, I do think it is the last one though. Yeah, I think it's over.
Well, I think, wasn't, oh my God, the bow guy, what the fuck is his, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was short.
That one was also short, so it wouldn't be
Yeah.
unprecedented to have a short one. And
Yeah,
plus, this
Moon
one's so
Knight-
weird. I'm like, it's so weird and just kind of off from all the other ones. I'm kind of over Moon Knight. I got to tell you,
Yeah, because the first one, WandaVision, wasn't weird at all.
It wasn't. It was perfect. Shut the fuck up.
It was just very normal, like just straight down the middle.
There's only 6 episodes. Moon Knight.
Oof.
Well, I don't know. I think that's just what they're doing. I think they're not making enormous series, unless it's
They're
Star
just long
Wars, then
movies.
they'll-
They're just
Yeah.
long movies. Yeah.
Well, they're all like 45 or 50-minute episodes too.
hmm
Like
Yeah.
if you broke it down into a regular show, this would have been 12 episodes. This would have been a lot of.
A lot of them are less than an hour, but yeah.
Well, most episodes of television are produced like 22 minutes or whatever. Like that's with commercials
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
22 or 42 minutes, respectfully.
Did you see the Obi-Wan trailer for May
I
the
don't,
4th?
I don't watch trailers generally.
Oh, that's right. You do not like them. You do
And
not
I
like them.
haven't.
Sam,
I haven't
yeah.
caught it. I didn't. See
I
it.
mean, TV show trailers are generally not so bad, but yeah, like
Yeah.
the No Way Home trailer was very frustrating because it was like literally the entire plot line is spoiled in the fucking trailer, and you're like, oh, okay.
No, this one. There was a teaser, or it was like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
I
I like teasers. Teasers
yeah.
are fun.
There's not much more revealed in this than the teasers. That's
That's
basically
good.
it.
You can't reveal very much with tweezers, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Teasers, it's really hard to do with tweezers. Only very small things. They're very lightweight.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It's tweezing.
Okay, so, is it weird that I have not liked any Jurassic Park movie after the first one because I was a child and it was amazing? However,
Oh,
I am actually
no.
interested in this last one, and the only reason why is I want to know what they do with the whole concept of, the Ian Malcolm's warning at the beginning, right? We don't know what's going to happen if we just bring back an organism that was really successful on planet Earth, and we just assume we'll be able to manage it. And that's what the point of this movie presumably is, right? That
I haven't watched the trailer, so I have no idea.
so basically, the presumption of this movie is dinosaurs are now loose off the island. They're spreading to every ecosystem and niche, and so now people are living alongside dinosaurs functionally. It's not that it's not like Dino Riders or Flintstones, but it is. They're very much part of the ecosystem now, and people are having to manage these creatures.
Are they also Transformers?
No, but
God damn it! I'm out.
I don't want them to make another genetically modified one, but I think there is another one again, and I'm just so over it.
The Super
maybe
Mecha
it's just-
Carnosaur.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again.
Superior Saurus.
Yeah, it's so
Ultimate
dumb.
Asaurus Zero.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's terrible. I really, really, really don't like. I do not like any of the Jurassic Park movies, but
Oh,
this concept, I am fascinated by it. Right. So as a person who
I
spent a lot of time in
actually,
paleontology, I would love to know if they do this any justice or if it's just super stupid. I don't know.
I thought The Lost World was actually the best of the original three.
Is that
so
the second one?
Yeah.
I think my opinion was always
The one
kind
with
of,
Ian Malcolm as the main character.
Yeah, that one actually wasn't terrible.
I always
Yeah.
thought
The third
the
one
first
wasn't
one
very
was
good,
good.
but
The
it's
third one,
okay.
the third one was pretty darn bad.
The first one was amazing. The rest
Yeah.
of them didn't follow the books like they should have. Like that upset me because I read the books. And then all of the new
So
ones.
you were even that guy as a child.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much, whatever. So I didn't like any of them except for the first one. However, my favorite part in the last one was how the main bad dinosaur was out for revenge. Like, it's like
Yeah.
fucking after people. Like, remember it was like stalking down like the bad people who did bad things. Like, it could have escaped. It could have
Which
just
one are we
left.
talking about?
When they had the big ass auction and shit in it was the last one. The rich people
The
could buy
third one.
dinosaurs.
I don't remember there being a vindictive dinosaur in that one.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, it was the only one that hung around.
Yes, you're right. That's right. I remember now.
didn't make any sense at all.
The last Jurassic World movie, right?
Mhm.
I thought you meant the
Yeah.
last Jurassic Park movie. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Jurassic World. Yeah, I haven't been. My kids loved them, but I just whatever.
You have to be willing to completely suspend belief to enjoy them, and I have a hard time with that because background in natural history makes it hard. But I am as soon as I saw the first trailer, and I was like, a dinosaur, in like it's dinosaur with feathers living in like a alpine region. I'm like, that's fascinating. I want to know about that.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, Brandon, I watched the part of this trailer. That dinosaur at one point is
No.
after the main character. And so rather than just attacking him, he dives under the water. Now, under the water doesn't sound that strange. He has to bust through like 4 inches of ice to go underwater. So now
I can punch through 4 inches of ice. That's nothing.
I know. And then he's swimming super fast, like underneath ice cold water.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh man, like I'm not gonna be able to enjoy this for this kind of bullshit. It's gonna be all over again.
Well, all any movies nowadays are generally like, the cliff scene where somebody's like, oh, they're getting too close to the edge, and then they fall off and go out of camera frame, and they're hanging on by like the breadth of a single root. like one plant grass root is holding up this person, and you're like, oh, good thing they didn't fall. And then they climb up, and you're like, couldn't we just had them not fall off the edge?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that have been just as suspenseful? Guess not.
I struggle with the biology of it. Like when they say
yeah.
we clock the T-Rex at 50 miles an hour, I went bullshit. Like immediately, I had a really hard time even as a child with that.
You don't know how dense its muscle fibers were.
The problem is like a skeleton made of calcium on the planet Earth.
No.
But
But the bones were made of styrofoam, right? like styrofoam bones, and then like if it flexed its legs, it would shatter its own femurs. Like that's how these things were built.
Yeah. Well, the idea was they only had to outrace Triceratops, right? And so Triceratops moved at 2 miles an hour, so they only needed to move at 3 miles an hour.
2.1.
Yeah. So like a gifted child could outrun Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? So it's
or a rather ungifted child.
Yeah.
Even.
Well, I'm picturing like a 4-year-old. Like a 4-year-old with good dexterity could definitely outrun Tyrannosaurus Rex.
As long as they don't fall every 4 steps.
Right.
If they can make it to 5 steps without falling down, they'll be okay.
Yeah. But
I think there's a huge plot device that they really missed out on that Parker's nailing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the best part, like, I understand
Fucking
Parker's
34-year-olds running from a Tyrannosaurus Rex. They can't
Just
catch them.
wheezing.
Oh,
no, I would
God.
be willing to bet the Tyrannosaurus could outlast the humans while running, especially average humans nowadays.
I was going to say, that would be a funny joke.
Yeah. It's like they outrun them easily in like a quarter mile, and then the T-Rex just keeps running, and you're like, wait, we have to keep doing this? Like, yes, it's going to eat you eventually.
Yeah.
Like, shit!
It tracks for like 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that one of the things we talked about with the T-Rex, is that it was built for like long distance running, not for like sprints? I could have sworn we've had this conversation.
Yeah, well, what we know about them now is they're probably like very large, like roaming, slow characters, right? They probably just slowly walked around finding food however they could. We also have some evidence they may have used the water now to suspend their bodies, give themselves a little bit more mobility. But yeah, they probably were very like loping, slow. They weren't cheetahs or ambush predators. They weren't like jumping up to grab their prey. They were probably very slowly getting away. Which is also the way humans hunt things, because we don't have claws and shit. We just run at it till it falls over. But yeah, I think it's gonna. I was so like, oh man, what a cool concept. Ugh.
Yeah, sadness.
Please don't ruin it.
Yeah, I can understand the frustrating part of like, yeah, I get that the person who doesn't understand like the science and the biology of these animals probably doesn't care that they're doing things they shouldn't be able to do. Mm-hmm. But like in the T-Rex scene, like they had an injured guy, like the original, Jurassic Park when they're driving away from the T-Rex.
Right.
The famous scene. Mm-hmm. Like they had an injured guy with them. They couldn't have physically outrun the T-Rex, right, while carrying a guy. That's not realistic.
Well, that T-Rex, no.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, they couldn't have outrun that T-Rex while carrying an injured guy and with, like, children with them. Like, that would have been problematic. So, they could have still had to get into the car. And the fact that the car could drive through the jungle at 50 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. And I understand there was, like, a path, but, like, still, like, you could have easily just said, like, these roads are too tightly turning to go 50 miles an hour. And then you could have just lowered the pace down to, like, 25 and it would have been fine.
Mm.
Like, but they had to make the car go 50 miles an hour for some reason.
I'm not buying a ticket for no fucking 25 mile an hour.
Yeah, I
walk.
know, right?
Get out of here. I only like my dinosaurs fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I had a really hard when I was a kid. I had a really hard time with the Velociraptors too, because they are almost 4 times the size of Velociraptor. There were creatures that looked a lot like those, but they weren't Velociraptors. And I know why they picked the name. It's because it sounds awesome. That's why I think when you said
Yeah.
speed, I don't want no slow bullshit. The actual animal that's that big would have been Deinonychus, and who cares about being attacked by Deinonychus? What the fuck is that? So Velociraptor, that sounds fucking scary.
They're basically just like reptile ostriches.
Yeah,
who
like
fucking
Speed
cares?
Bird. It literally sounds
Yeah.
like Speed Bird, Speed Claw Bird. So
Mhm.
yeah, you call it Velociraptor, but those creatures are pretty small. Like they were like coyotes. You could have kicked one pretty hard. You probably would have hurt.
I don't know, the Lost World one, those little tiny dinosaurs seemed really fucking annoying.
The Compsognathus, and they actually used that word. Like what a weird name for them, right? Like they called them compies in that movie, but the Compsognathus, that was the right size and shape. A lot of them were actually pretty spot on. The only one that was wildly misidentified was naming that thing Velociraptor was really odd. But it's just because it sounds scary and cool.
I think they wanted to go with the Velociraptors because of like they're one of the more popular dinosaurs, but also they wanted it to be extremely intimidating and menacing.
Yeah.
But also like just making it the correct fucking animal would have also been very menacing in the right
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, Utah Raptors. Now those are it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Those things with the size.
No
of, like,
one knows what to do when a raptor with fucking roller skates duct taped to its legs comes at you down the stairs. That fucking video, I can't believe we were crying
Yeah.
for like 20 minutes after they saw the video
Yeah.
of that guy going down the stadium
Oh,
steps
man.
in the inflatable raptor costume with fucking rollerblades taped to his feet.
Yeah.
And he's just like, like he
Oh
clearly
my God.
instantly did not have control and was
Yeah.
falling down. And then he got onto the court. He just like 3-step dives onto the ground.
And then slowly the thing deflates.
Bam! Just fucking face plants on the court and then just passes out and the thing deflates around him.
Yeah.
What is the name of that video? I have to look it up now.
I think it's
I'll
just
let-
Utah Raptor skating, and then you get what you want.
I haven't actually seen it. I just think it sounds hilarious.
Oh, it's wonderful. Because the suit deflates at exactly the right moment. Because it looks just like, it's like, and he's done.
Raptor mascot double fail.
Yeah. Which, by the way,
Well,
I don't blame
it's-
that guy, right?
Yeah, so
Because
no,
clearly-
for sure. This was
Clearly,
a terrible idea.
yeah, clearly somebody told him, man, put on these rollerblades and go on down there. He's like, I don't think this inflatable suit's going to attach to rollerblades.
Well,
We'll
the
duct
best
tape it
part
real
is
good.
like,
Ugh.
yeah, because it's an inflatable suit, right? It's not meant for you to wear rollerblades, and so
Mhm.
they have to like put them on over the suit, and so they're just like taped to his legs, like they're not even like fully being worn. And so yeah, he like rides. This is from like almost 12 years ago. But yeah, he comes down the stadium steps, can't see where he's going. It's like, ah, la, 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 like it's
Oh
so
my
funny.
God.
He falls down so many times.
Oh my
You're just not seeing it?
Oh, yeah,
People
I've
have
never
like
seen
helmet.
it
And he gets onto the court, he starts skating, loses it immediately, and just face plants onto the court. He's supposed to like come down and shoot a basket. He literally gets seriously injured on his way to the
Oh.
court.
Jesus Christ.
But because
Oh.
it's the big inflatable head popping around,
Yeah.
it looks so
Yeah,
funny.
there's no way he can see shit either. Like,
Yeah.
it's totally blind.
Oh my God.
Spare a moment for that poor man.
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh. Okay, that was
I
good.
told you.
That was good. Because the head is so big and purple and stupid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he finally gets to the floor. It's like he's like,
Bam.
I got this. And he starts going forward and just
Still got
crushes
this.
it. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Just fucking wrecks.
At no point did he have control.
He probably broke his tailbone and has a concussion. They're like,
Yeah.
get out there, buddy.
Oh, man.
Oh.
We watched that last moment probably 18 times.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Audience, if you
Yeah,
have not checked this out, we're not short selling it.
No, it's
No.
it's only a 20-second video, and it's so funny.
It is good. That is a good one.
You know, I heard when they first invented the website YouTube, that was already uploaded, and they didn't know where it came from.
Yeah. I really thought a dad joke was following.
No.
He'll save that one. He'll get us later.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I need to look up a dad joke for today. Maybe I'm the only one, but do you ever find when like let's say I really like using Reddit, for example, and if I go to a website or a program or something, and if like the button I usually use has moved or changed, I just don't use that website or product anymore. Like, I just find it so annoying. That's like the thing I usually like. Go to this website, press this button, do this, and if it's ever moved, like, just like delete my account. Like, I'm never doing it again. Like, I hate when things change on software so much. Is that just me?
I think it might be you.
Okay.
No, when they do that, when they update my cell phone and everything is fucked up and like things have changed, it really makes me just want to throw the cell phone away. Like, I want to start like a whole new thing. I hate it.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I do not get that at all. There is one thing that I still struggle with a little, and that is like hardware changes. Like not being able to plug in a fucking set of headphones into my iPhone. Still, I know that technology is now like 12 years ago that you could plug in headphones into an iPhone, but the fact that I can't do that still kind of irks me to this day.
Mm-hmm.
That I must use something with Bluetooth in order to get this to
yeah,
talk.
the biggest problem is obviously like stereo systems, right? Because stereo systems generally don't get updated for decades because it's built into your car.
Mhm.
And it's not, you don't update your car very often, so you're stuck with that older technology unless you do a big renovation.
Right.
So, Parker, I have a little known fact for you. Did you know that the Death Star was measured in feet, but only because they wanted to use Imperial units?
That's good.
It's
That's
topical.
good. Topical.
May the 4th.
Yeah, May the 4th. I get it. I like it.
Jeremy, I have one for you.
Oh, please do.
How do Tusken Raiders cheat on their taxes? They always single file to hide their numbers.
That's a good one.
It does sound
I mean,
like
it's
you
dumb
liked
as
it.
fuck, but I kind of like it. I'm not going to laugh, but it is kind of clever. So, you'll find it funny that my girlfriend, she loves puns. Dumb fucking puns, just like this shit.
Mhm.
Puns and dad jokes.
I love puns. Puns
She-
are great.
She puts them on everything, and it's
Mhm.
adorable and annoying as fuck. All right, I got to check on a child before we get going here.
All right, you better go now because we're about to start.
Mhm.
This one's so bad, I don't know if Jeremy would ever talk to me again. Should I tell it while he's gone, real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
What did the mermaid wear to math class? An algae bra. You look like
Wow.
you're trying to throw up. That
Wow.
was bad. That's
That
real bad.
is terrible.
I told you it was bad.
That is. Ugh.
That one still hurts.
Yeah. That's just reaching really hard too. Like it's not.
It
ugh.
is. It is. Somebody really wanted that to be a joke.
Yeah. Jermiger,
Hmm.
are you still playing only Elden Ring?
Yep.
I'm a little surprised you haven't like seen the top of the mountain yet.
No, because I suck at it.
Oh,
No, I really suck at it. It takes me a really long time to do anything important.
hold
but
it, hold it. Suck at it. Isn't
Yeah.
it just like a matter of time? Isn't that?
So I don't know, man. I'm just not very good at learning the movesets of different things, so it takes me a really long time to get through guys. So usually I just find a hammer and everything's a nail. I'm like, don't worry, I'll be back. So I'll go gain 20 levels and come back and murder shit. Like,
Mhm.
I just do everything the hard way. It takes me a really long time.
Nice.
But it's fine because it's fun. Like, It's no big deal. Run around and do other things. Like I crash into a boss and I'm like, well, I'll do this 10 times and then I'll go like, well, I'll go find a different boss. So I'll find something like, you're better than me. I can't do it. I'll be back. But I like it so much more than most games because honestly, you can put 10 minutes in it or spend 6 hours in it. I can take it or leave it for any amount of time, which is cool.
Nice.
Nice.
The only thing I wish I did have a PlayStation 5 though, because the loading time takes forever on the PlayStation 4. Where people that have a fast computer or a PlayStation 5, it's very fast. So I die a lot. So I've spent hours on loading screens, I'm sure. Are you playing in the tournament Saturday?
Me?
Yes.
I want to more
The
than
day
anything
after
else.
your wife gets back in town.
Well, she's actually very adamant that I go because remember before she left, she had COVID. So she basically got better and got her negative test the day before her trip. So I've been solo with the girls completely for 2 weeks. And she's like, please, yes, this is awesome. Please go. I feel so guilty. It will assuage her guilt for me to be there. But
So
then
what's the problem?
my niece went and had a birthday. And so the party is on Saturday, but I think it's going down in the morning. So since we don't start it till 1:00, there's a really good chance I can be there. But if the party completely gets in the way, I'll be at a birthday party for my niece, which I do not want, but
She'll have one next year. They keep having them. Like kids just keep having birthdays. Like it's a fact.
Yeah.
I am not too concerned about it. If I can make an appearance, a worthwhile appearance, that'll be really the thing. So I don't think anybody is upset with me, like the niece. Like she doesn't care. She's mostly excited about my girls. Like that's what she wants. And I don't have to be there for that because Sarah will be here and she's be more than willing to hang out with them. But it's the rest of the family that'll be gathered that is the rub. I would be shunning them as well. So I just have to make sure I'm not shunning them, and then I'll be there. I am really pumped. It's all I've been thinking about, and the fact that I just realized that the party happens on the same day today is the reason why I didn't have a great day. My day was good until I found that out. I actually stood there and stared at the wall for like 20 seconds after realizing that things were going on at the same time. And my students were like, "You okay, Mr. G?" And I was like, "No, man." I was really disappointed. I have been using this tournament on the Saturday as the carrot at the end of this really long run. I have been just greyhounding it hard, just chasing.
Yeah.
I've
Yep.
done a really good job.
I know the feeling. Absolutely. That's what happens to me constantly because I have shit like that lined up and I'm always looking forward to something and I always have cooks that'll call in or something and I have to go into work. I'm like, really? Like this is it. I'm done.
Yeah.
We're definitely murder suiciding this. Like it's done.
Yeah. But it looks like the other reason why I really want to go is it looks like it's actually going to be, that weird every other tournament thing where sometimes tournaments have 2 people and sometimes tournaments have 14 people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is going to be a 14 people tournament. I have the feeling.
Well, I was just about to give Jeremy the big warning. I heard that Brent's going to show.
I saw.
So Jeremy's not coming.
No, I have no problem with that now.
I'm just
kidding. It's fine. I've just unleashed the unthinkable. Thanos is always in my list. He who shall not be named.
So, yeah, we have some stuff to talk about today. We should probably get to it.
Yep.
Real quick, though, just since we've been on kind of a dinosaur kick, I just wanted to ask you, Parker, did you know what you call a dinosaur that is psychic?
No.
You gotta know this. It's a pterodactyl.
Oh, Jesus. I thought it had something to do with like ESP or something like that. I was trying to think.
Pterodactyl.
Well done. Got him.
There was so many awful ones today. I told Parker one while you were gone, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
That would have literally fucking curled your hair.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you didn't hear that one.
I'm out.
I'm trying to avoid the obvious May the 4th joke that gets made every year.
Mm.
So if you don't know what it is, just Google May the 4th dad joke.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what. Parker, I'm sure, has heard it 80,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Being that he works at a school.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. You guys ready?
Yep.
Sure.
Nice.
Get it?
Wah, wah.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Can I,
Less than happy.
can I tell you something that I saw and made me really happy,
Sure.
Brennan? I saw somewhere that Wakanda on Marvel Strike Force is getting a rework, and I went, I don't care, and I walked away, and it made me really happy.
The thing that I looked at, I was scrolling YouTube and one of Mobile Gamer's videos popped up, and he was outraged because the Morgana Le Fay Horsemen of the Apocalypse reward payouts got all fucked up, and I was like, surprise!
Yeah.
Like news at 11.
Yeah.
The reason I quit this shit game is because
Yeah.
they couldn't fucking keep people from hacking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very happy I don't play that game anymore. It was fun for a long time, but it definitely, you cannot play that game after a certain point without it becoming a job.
Yep.
And I would have had to have quit it for the last month and a half anyway. I literally would have zero time to play.
Mhm. So anyway, that's my little 2 cents. Don't.
Jeremy, I
Sounds
actually
good.
was pretty interested with some of the ghost thing he was talking about the different characters and stuff, because I thought he was going to get to my favorite superhero.
Just
His
do it.
name is Typo Man. He writes all the wrongs.
Oh my God.
Get it? Because it's like writing.
Yeah, I get it. I get
It's
it.
like with a pen, but he writes all the wrongs.
Wait, tell me one
but
more
it's also
time. I
like-
missed it.
It's also
I don't-
like, though, because he's a hero, he has
Yeah.
to go right all the wrongs. Oh, okay.
okay.
Just checking.
Yep. I'm with
Hey,
you.
I could have told the Tauntaun joke, and I didn't. So you guys gonna be at the store tomorrow?
I will be.
I cannot be.
You son of a bitch.
That's why
So,
it's actually one of the reasons
you're-
why I was sprinting to get so many games last week, is because I knew this week it would be impossible.
Parker, what do you work on Friday?
Yeah, during the day.
So
yeah.
your kids are in like daycare,
One of them is a second grader. so she's in
preschool, or
school.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like hypothetically, if you took a half day at work, your kids would be supervised for like 3 hours.
Yeah, but I can't do that. I mean, I guess I could just force it to happen, but it would require me to work so much harder than it's worth to watch that movie.
sigh. Whatever. Fine.
If it was something, if I had a job
Don't
where I
worry.
could be like, I'm out, like like all of Jeremy's
Yeah.
cooks,
Yeah.
I should be like, fuck off, boss, deal with it, and that was like something
Call-
I could do. But
Called in sick one time from my job. Currently, I have, and it was because I had COVID. And I was legally required to stay home.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Don't worry, Parker. Though we can deal. I'll just FaceTime you and just point my phone at the screen. I'm sure that would be an enjoyable experience, right?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I actually,
It would be so terrible.
yeah,
You
if
try to teach a class and also watch your phone that's FaceTime to a movie.
So is the only time you guys can see it is the only time Friday? Is that the reason why, or is just the
no?
early,
I mean, we
want
could
to
see it. We want to see it like as soon as possible because we're excited.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to go later and it's not a stupid time, I'll go with you as well. But
Because I have a feeling that I'm going to like a lot of things about this movie. I don't know anything really about it yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to like a lot of things about it.
is there anything happening Sunday this week? Like, I'm not forgetting something that's important, right? Like, it's not like fucking Mother's Day or some shit.
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
Oh wait, it is Mother's Day. Yeah, right.
Is it really? I literally said that as a joke. Is
Really?
it really Mother's Day?
Mother's Day is
I
this
actually-
Sunday. Yep. It is.
God damn.
Yeah.
Why is this my life? Oh my god, it actually is Mother's Day.
Mhm.
I
I thought you meant like for I thought you meant like for MCP.
Is it free this Sunday? Did we lose Jeremy?
He pieced out.
No, he can't. We're not done yet.
I know. I think he just got booted.
Oh, you think he just lost connection?
Yeah.
Hopefully he comes back so we can properly end this, and the timing won't be all off. Well, I was going to say you should come over on Sunday, and I can cook steaks and we can work on models, but...
That will not be occurring.
Yeah. Maybe next Sunday?
That's entirely possible. Like I said, I have acquired all the cookies.
You want to just come live at my house for a week?
No, that would probably not be okay. But I bet there are things like that.
Not that, but similar.
Yeah. I think the amount of time my wife is cool with giving me right now is pretty intense.
Oh, looks like Jeremy is back.
Yay.
Although he's probably still reconnecting to the channel. When you open Discord, it shows that you're in the channel when you're not. He's back.
It's working?
Yep, we got you.
And my Wi-Fi just kicked me for some reason, and it was like, you don't have Wi-Fi anymore. I'm like, no, bullshit. It's right here.
So we just ran 1,500 feet of cable at the Geekery for like Ethernet and microphone cords, speaker wire, and just other shit. So our download speed at the work computer used to be 5 down, 3 up, right? That was our Wi-Fi strength. Guess what my new up and down speed is?
I didn't even know what to guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's 940.
What?
Yes.
That seems pretty...
So much faster.
Yeah.
Yep. Our old Wi-Fi router was fucking trash. So it used to be that our the Google Cast we would use to play music would constantly crash and fail because the internet connection couldn't keep up. And so now we're not really having that problem.
Well, that's cool.
I'm very excited to like start working on the new upgrades to the store too. It's going to be really fun.
If you can get that room where you can stream and all that, that'll be great.
Yeah, that reminds me. I need to tell them to... I'll just do it in the morning. I'm going to block off the Saturday room rentals so that we can stream or we can record games. Because I'm uploading games at such a rate that I'm worried I'm going to run out of games soon. Like, that's how many I've been editing recently. So... Because I have, I think, like 10 or 12 games from Adepticon. I've got only 3 games from Warfare Weekend because we lost multiple games due to technical issues, unfortunately. And then I've got, I think, about 20 games recorded before all that stuff happened. The problem is those games are so old and a lot of them are poor quality for whatever reason. So I'm considering just deleting all those and starting fresh.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I mean, the rules have changed since a lot of those things.
Yeah. But I figure having, like, I wouldn't go delete the old content if it was still posted. So I figure content's content. And if I have time to edit them, I will edit them. But they're last on my list of things to do. I was thinking about trying to catch up and then do the Adepticon stuff, but I decided to just jump ahead. So it jumps from Battle Report, like, 68 to the Battle Report 96. And so there's, like, 30 episodes that are gone. But I'll get to them eventually. But yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and get out of here. You guys look tired.